Fish farming has been prevalent for decades in Nigeria as a business. It has enjoyed a substantial increase in its market share and notable popularity, majorly due to the increase in demand for its products. It is the fastest growing farm business in Nigeria. Fish farming is a form of aquaculture which involves the breeding and rearing of fishes for commercial purposes using artificial means. The fish farming business in Nigeria thrives mostly in the southern and the north-central parts of the country. Fish farmers can engage in either monoculture, which is the rearing of one species of fish, bioculture, which is the rearing of two species of fish, or polyculture, which is the rearing of two or more than two species of fish. There are different species of fish that can be farmed, but in Nigeria, the most commonly farmed are the catfish and tilapia. Other types of fish that are also farmed include crab, shrimp, salmon, and so on. Catfish and tilapia are preferred by farmers because they can do well in different types of water, and they can also survive some pretty extreme conditions. What you will know through this video: you will know the common types of fish farming and their farming methods, and why catfish is mostly preferred when it comes to fish farming in Nigeria. You are going to understand how lucrative this aquaculture is and the challenges involved, before taking you through the process of getting started with this business to become financially free and happy. Fish farming has its techniques, styles, and approach. There is a need to be familiarized with the different fish farming methods to succeed in the fish farming business. Before deciding on which fish farming methods to use in your fish farm, I implore you to watch this video to the end to help you make the best decision. Fish farming, also referred to as pisciculture, is a branch of agriculture that focuses on rearing fishes for subsistence or commercial purpose. Fish farming could be anything in between growing fingerlings, which is small fishes, in a body of water that can be natural or artificial, then nurturing them and selling matured fishes as products. It would be best to set up a fish farm in Nigeria because fish farming is one of the most profitable agricultural business in Nigeria. This is so because many Nigerians eat fish more than any animal product. Also, fish farming is easy to set up, it generates high income, and is highly flexible. You can rear all kinds of fish species, although the best fish to farm is catfish. You can also consider common species of fish like tilapia, salmon, crab, and trout, depending on your fish farming project, budget, and availability of space. You can engage in one or more fish farming methods simultaneously. The types of fish to rear also depend on the fish farming methods. There are 4 different types of fish farming system that I'm going to take you through in this video. Number 1. Extensive fish farming system. In an extensive fish farming system, the fishes are cultured in a semi-natural environment, which is an already existing natural water body like a pond, and nurtured with natural foods like heartworms, insects, and aquatic plants. The extensive fish farming system allows the rearing of different fish species, including tilapia fish farming. There is a need for special fish farming equipment to increase production. Animal waste is introduced into extensive fish farming system to develop water plants, algae, zooplanktons for the fishes to feed on. Number 2. Intensive fish farming system. The intensive fish farming system brings a high fish yield. It allows cultivating large numbers of different species of fish in a closed circulated tank or flow-through raceways. With the extensive fish farming system, fish farmers in Nigeria can get maximum yield from a small portion of land. But that's not all. The intensive fish farming system allows easy control of water quality, oxygen, and external food supply or supplements like pellets, corn, or soy. An extended water purification system may be needed in this type of fish farming system. Number 3. Flow-through fish farming system. The flow-through system is also known as traditional fry fish farming. The flow-through system is used for rearing sport fish. In the flow-through system fish culture, the eggs are cultured to the fry stage in a well-constructed tank filled with fresh water. The fry is fed with fish foods in pellets, while they access plenty of space to grow. The type of fish raised at the farm is used to stock streams for sport fish. Number 4. Ranching fish farming system. The ranching fish farming system is another fish farming system that allows increased fish production and a profitable fish farming business. In the ranching fish farming system, fry or fingerlings of any species of fish are held captive and released into water bodies to grow without supervision. The matured fishes are then harvested upon reaching adulthood. Ranching is typically used to rear migratory species of fish and even non-migratory species. Without mincing words, the fish farming business is highly lucrative and easy to set up. Fortunately, the different types of fish farming methods allow flexibility in fish production. So whatever your budget is, you will get a suitable fish farm for yourself. More so, the indoor fish farming system is expensive, yet brings high yields compared to the affordable, extensive fish farming system with a low output. But the good news is that you can engage in several types of fish farming simultaneously. It depends on your money capability, land availability, and workforce availability. Catfish is one of the most enjoyable varieties of fish for Nigerians. This is because of its high nutrition rate and the different styles that it can be enjoyed, of which of the most popular is catfish pepper soup and barbecue fish. Catfish can be rated as one of the most popular fish because it is found all over Nigeria. It is enjoyed by almost all the tribes. It is able to resist harsh environmental conditions. It commands good taste and of course good profit also. The estimated production rate is over 253,898 metric tons per year. Apart from the catfish itself, there are other products that can be made from catfish to increase value. These include catfish oil, catfish soap, catfish body cream, and other businesses that can be done alongside catfish business. According to the Federal Department of Fisheries, under the Ministry of Agriculture, estimated that between 2001 to 2012, the catfish industry contributed significantly to the nation's food security. Over 253,998 metric tons of catfish were produced, valued at $846,326,667. Additionally, the catfish business generated $432,163,334 from restaurant and eatery operations. An initial capital of $779,000 could be invested to get a revenue of $3,325,000 naira and an annual profit of $2,545,000 naira, though you need to account for some notable expenses along the process. This data show that catfish business is a profitable business. Fish is a major source of protein to the human body and also provides 40% of the dietary intake of animal protein, because fish and fish produce constitute more than 60% of the total protein of the average Nigerian. It is an excellent source of sulfur and essential amino acids such as lysine, leucine, valine, and arginine. It is also suitable for supplementing diet of high carbohydrate content. A major source of thiamine, as well as an extreme rich source of omega-3 polysaturated fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and E, and water-soluble vitamins B complex, and minerals like calcium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, and selenium. It also has a high content of polyunsaturated omega-3 fatty acids, which are important for reducing body cholesterol level and high blood pressure. It also reduces the risk of sudden death, lowers the risk of age-related muscular degeneration and vision impairment, and decreases the risk of bowel cancer. Also, we need to understand that the profit margin of fish will always be high, as it sells very well in Nigerian restaurants, eateries, night bars, and for home use. There are various uses of fish, hence there is steady demand of fish. Again, fish, when given appropriate feeding, it grows very fast, so the period of return on investment is short. More so, you can set up fish farming anywhere. It does not cause any environmental hazard, unlike most other farming practices. You can set up a fish farm in residential and commercial areas as long as there is space. Additionally, catfish farming is easy to farm in warm climates like Africa. Catfish feeds on carnivorous farming like insects, worms, and fish feed. The female catfish lay between 10 to 90 eggs at a time and hatch them within a week. The fish farming business in Nigeria is a lucrative sector of the country's agribusiness, and the increase in the demand for fish, which is one major source of protein, only helps to increase its popularity. However, The market is not saturated yet, as most recent 2018 statistics from the World Bank show that the supply of fish in Nigeria only satisfies about 34% of the demand for fish in the country. This goes to show that there is still enough room for more fish farmers who would also thrive if they venture into this business. Also, according to the most recent World Bank Total Fish Risk Report of 2018, Egypt, Morocco and Nigeria are the top 3 leaders in the production of fish in Africa. The 2021 Q1 GDP data of the National Bureau of Statistics also showed that there was a 3.24% contribution to the GDP of Nigeria by the fisheries sector, which is a welcome improvement from the sector's performance in the previous years. Being one of the largest producers of fish in Africa and with an increasing market, fish farming in Nigeria seems to be on the right path at the moment, as the demand for fish does not seem like slowing down anytime soon. This business is even encouraged and supported by the Nigerian government to give out financial support such as government export incentives if you are interested in exportation. There are also financial institutions that also help with funding for the fish farming business. Let me break this down. Fishery products are one of the most sought after and consumed in Nigeria. It is cheaper than meat, which makes it an affordable meal. The cost of starting up and running a fish farm is low compared to many other agricultural business ideas. The digging of the fish pond and other necessary steps can be carried out by you and your friends. No need to pay for manual labor. It has lower operation budget because of its cheaper feed and its running coin. The construction of a fish pond requires an area of land in your backyard, say 7 meter by 10 meter rectangular area. Fish farming also helps out with the problem of unemployment in the country, as it helps to create job opportunities, as the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations reported in 2012 that fish farming was able to employ about 13,000 people in Nigeria. I will exclude the operations and maintenance costs from these calculations because the variables can't be accurately forecasted generally. They are specific to each person's situation. Assuming they are well raised and you have a very low death rate or mortality rate, about 5%, which means from the starting 500 fishes, 25 die along the way, you can expect each of the 475 surviving fishes to grow to a minimum of 1 kg each, giving you a total weight of 475 kg. The current market price for 1 kg of fish is 4,500 naira. So you can generate sales of 2,137,500 naira. That's 475 multiplied by 4,500 naira. With an invested capital of 500,000 and sales of 2,137,500, your gross profit margin is 76.61%. Wow! But catfish farming doesn't have a good cash flow. You won't be able to sell every day or every week. You have to spend a minimum of 4 months raising the fishes before they reach market size of 1 kg each. In this section, I will analyze the common challenges faced by catfish farmers. Number 1. Unavailability of farm space. Getting access to farmland has been a major challenge for most farmers. Some of the farmlands are far from the market, thereby making the sales process difficult. The high cost of getting farm space close to the cities. These have discouraged most farmers that want to run at a large-scale production. For a large capacity production, a bigger farm space is required, which will give room for expansion. To mitigate this, farmers should learn to utilize their space properly. A good farm design can help manage the space available. Number 2. Poor power supply. Catfish farm requires a steady power supply to carry out various activities, which include pumping of water and feed production. The current state of power supply is not encouraging for most farms and has forced the farmers to seek an alternative source for power generation, which is highly expensive for the farms. Cost of getting generators set up that will power the farm equipment, the cost of diesel and also maintenance. All this increases the production cost of the farm. It is advisable to locate your farm within areas that have improved power supply. The use of solar system is also a better alternative due to it being environmentally friendly. Number 3. Insecurity. The high rate of theft of farm produce and equipment has left many farmers stranded. Also, issues like kidnapping, armed robbery, and banditry has risen over time, thereby making some of the farms inaccessible. With a proper security system in place, it could help curb some of these issues. Most firms employ the services of security personnel. The use of CCTV cameras can also serve to mitigate security challenges. Number 4. Bad road network. Most farms are sited in rural areas due to the lack of available farm space on the urban axis, and these areas have poor road networks, which pose a great challenge in catfish farming, so making it very difficult to access. Movement of materials to the farm will also be hindered. Number 5. Mortality. Mortality is one of the very many challenges in catfish farming. Disease outbreak that can make fish farmers lose some of their fish during each farming cycle. High mortality rates can occur due to infection. This infection can come from the type of feed used. It can also happen if the brood stock is not matured when it is spawned, hence the eggs may be problematic and the fingerlings will not grow properly and soon die off. It can also be because of the lack of proper farm management practices. To reduce the mortality rate on the farm, adherence to best farm management practices should be ensured. Always buy quality feed from reputable sources and get your fingerlings from reputable sources, or you can breed or grow your own block stock for the hatchery. Number 6. Polluted water source. Most farms rely on rivers, streams as their source of water. This water is mostly polluted due to discharge into the water bodies that are harmful to the fish, and also anthropogenic activities affect the water quality. Water tests should be carried out before starting a farm in a location, and also routine checks should be carried out to ensure all parameters are still at their permissible limits. Number 7. High cost of feed. A major issue in catfish farming is the feed price, especially catfish feed for fish fries to juveniles, which is mostly imported, and due to government policies and fluctuating exchange rate, the price keeps increasing daily. Another major challenge in catfish feed is the quality. Since the cost to feed materials has increased, some of the manufacturers reduce the quality of the ingredients used. Most farmers are now going into feed production to reduce the cost of buying feed and also be sure of the quality of feed they are using. Number 8. Staffing farm workers. Most farm workers lack the technical know-how to manage a farm properly, while others lack passion for the job and honesty. A bad staff can frustrate the business. Ensure proper screening is done when hiring staff at the farm, and they should undergo training to be armed with the relevant knowledge needed to properly manage the farm. Number 9. Sales and marketing. Selling your fish can be a problem because sometimes the prices are not stable and the buyers can be insistent on their own pricing, which may not be profitable for you. A proper market survey should be done to understand the sizes the buyers want, so you don't end up producing and buyers are not available to buy. Number 10. Transporting, handling. Moving catfish from one location to another is a major issue. Most farmers have bought fish and when it got to them, they were all dead. This brings issue between the seller and the buyers. It's advisable to get fish from farmers close to your facility or use a person that has a proper handling means of transporting your catfish. Before we continue, if you are a business owner, you need a community to function and scale up your business. And if you are in a community where you participate as a member or stakeholder, you need to make use of modern facility to ease your affairs, which is the update I'm about to share you. Every cooperative societies, clubs, associations, unions, and cooperative communities in general need a viable, innovative solution designed to empower them to reach their full potential and goal. They need to experience thriving communities with joy and pride. This is why we reach out to a company who offers a suitable technology that you can utilize. Unicoop. Unicoop believes in the power of technology to transform cooperative communities across Africa. With Unicoop, you can digitize operations, manage finances, and connect with members like never before. This platform is super easy to use, very secure and reliable. Join the hundreds of cooperatives already using Unicoop to achieve their goals. Visit their website at www.unicoop.net today to learn more. You can also call 0901 048 1922. Find them across their social media pages at Unicoop. Starting this business requires you to have an initial capital and that you cut your cloth according to your size. You can raise funds from investors or take a loan from the bank. Consider these 6 steps. Step number 1. Select the type of fish farming. The first thing you need to consider when starting a fish farm is the type of fish that you are going to use for farming. Selecting the right species of fish plays a very important role in the success of the fish farming business. The decision should be based on a maintenance point of view, market demand, management outlook, availability of resources, and so on. Some of the popular fish farming business ideas which give good returns are tilapia fish farming, catfish farming, carp fish farming, salmon fish farming, sardine fish farming. Step number 2. Understand the target markets. Business planning and feasibility analysis are important to be done before starting a fish farming business. Also, you should do deep market research before starting fish farming business. Try to understand the local market demand. If you are going to begin aquaculture for export, talk to the fish processing units beforehand. Develop an alternative marketing strategy. Consumer types will differ relied on the type of fish you are raising. If you are raising fish for commercial food products, restocking, or sport, then your base will contain large businesses. It requires a higher quantity of fish. Some consumers may include state or federal organizations that restock natural resources. If you are raising fish for pets or aquariums, your consumer group will be pet shops and specialty fish dealers. Customers may choose to contact you directly to remove the mediators and to expedite sales. Step number 3. Learn the skills required for fish farming. It is important to have some skills when starting a fish farming business. There are some government-running farms that conduct training programs. You can attend those types of programs to learn skills. Also, you can learn skills through working at a successful fish farm. It will teach you how to perform disease control, water quality management, marketing, feeding, and processing. There are some important things that you need to pay attention to when starting a fish farming business. Make sure that you have a consistent quality water source. Check if your water temperature is suitable for raising fish species. Make sure that you have easy access to pond for harvesting and feeding. Test the water in which you want to begin fish farming, both bacteriologically and chemically. Understand the modern technical method of risk management and risk assessments. Finding out reliable suppliers for fingerlings, fish eggs, and fish feed is important. Learn about permission and legal compliance needed to start a fish farming business in your locality. Step number 4. Calculate the cost. The fish farming business includes 2 types of capital investment. They are fixed capital cost and operating cost. Fixed capital cost includes crafting ponds, land and building, plumbing arrangements, vehicles for transport, oxygen meters, several tanks, etc. Operating cost includes buying fingerlings or fish eggs, electricity, fish feed, labor, fuel, medicine, chemical, insurance, tax, telephone, transportation, and other maintenance costs involved. You should prepare a detailed cost calculation of your fish farming project before entering into business. The calculations will vary depending on the types of fish that you are choosing for fish farming, total land area, and your desired outputs. Cost will vary depending on the size and scope of the project you are starting. If you are making an aquarium-based farm, you will require tanks and pumps, water aerators, fish food and refrigerators, free eggs or initial parent fish, water testing kits and equipment, etc. If you are starting a commercial fish farm, you will require land for ponds, boats, motor, equipment for excavating ponds, aerators, reclamation devices, fish food, equipment for managing and cleaning the pond, fish processing equipment, and commercial-sized pumps, etc. Step number 5. Select the right location for fish farming. You need to consider some factors when selecting land. It includes soil quality, size, and source of water. Choose a place that is big enough. Also consider your future plans so that size does not limit you when expanding your business. The soil quality directly affects the quantity and the quality of fish you get. So choose a place with high quality soil. You must do a soil test to make sure that it is at least over 20% clay. Also check the relative level of space. It is important to make sure that this place is not easily flooded. It will help you to prevent dirty water from entering the pond. The land should have fewer rocks. The The continuous flow of water is the most important factor in fish farming. If you want to start a fish farm in the city or town area, you must have access to municipality water source. If you want to start in a village area, it is essential to find a place near the stream, lake or river. Step number 6. Procurement of equipment needed for fish farming. The process of launching a fish farm is same for small and large-scale farmers. Some of the basic equipment and tools required for fish farming business are pumps, fish counters, water testing equipment, net, seine reefs, fish tanks, ponds, aeration devices, and fish graders. Pumps are used to pump water in or out of the pond. These pumps are well equipped. Also, it helps to make sure that you have a constant supply of water for the pond. Water testing equipment is used to help in testing the water. We can determine if the water is good for the fish by using this device. The net collects all fish species together for harvest. They help to catch large numbers of fish. Fish tanks and ponds are designed to reach large quantities of fish for marketing and harvesting. They are constructed to provide a better environment for the fish. Aeration equipment enables the good flow of oxygen within the pond. Did you know that you can upskill your fish farming business by incorporating some other stuff that complement your business? Definitely, you can. However, you need to have developed to a certain stage in your business, and you need to have gained enough experience in this field before you can consider these aspects. Or else, you want to focus on one of these areas specifically while leaving the main aquaculture for others to manage. Number 1. Selling of feed meal. If you happen to grow so much in fish farming, you could decide to own your feed mill, as feed is what farmers can't do without. You could even make local feed and sell. It will enable cut down your cost of production as well as make extra means of income. Number 2. Catfish processing. There are other products that could be made from catfish. This include catfish oil, dried fish, etc. Dried fish, which could be used as stock fish, is becoming very popular. Also, smoking fish and supplying to supermarkets can make you earn more profit from fish farming. Number 3. Logistics business. You could decide to engage in transport services between farmers and customers. Meanwhile, a logistics runner needs to understand the essentials of fish farming. Number 4. Consultancy services. Your knowledge could be very useful in training other people who will want to go into catfish farming. You can also decide to write a book, own a blog or a YouTube channel where you showcase various activities of your fish practically. With time, it will position you as an authority in catfish farming. Number 5. Selling of equipment, facilities. Selling of equipment like pumping machine, dragging net, covering net, and fish plastics can be a profitable business for you. Number 6. Pond constructions. If you venture into selling the equipment, you may partner with a construction company and help people who may want to venture into catfish farming construct their pond or even repair. Number 7. Exploitation of catfish. Exporting catfish means the process of sending catfish from one country to another for sale and consumption. This involves several steps, including raising the catfish, usually on farm, harvesting them, processing and packaging them, meeting export regulations and standards, and then shipping them to the destination country. The export of catfish is significant for countries with large aquaculture industries like Nigeria, as it contributes to the economy by opening up international markets for their product. Number 8. Becoming a middleman. Becoming a middleman in the fish farming business involves acting as an intermediary between fish farmers and buyers, such as wholesalers, retailers, or even end consumers. In conclusion, unemployment is one of the biggest problems in the current digital world. Raising fish will create so much employment. It will offer job opportunities for transporters, sellers, and farm workers. The increasing popularity of fish as food boosted the fish farming business globally. Also, so many people believe that eating fish will give many benefits, so there is always a stable and reliable market for the fish business. Good luck on your fish farming business. Before we go, subscribing to this channel means a lot to me. Kindly do so to enjoy our packages of documentaries and many other development and empowerment videos. More so, do not forget to check out our videos made with Nigerian young entrepreneurs and talents on assessing their creativity and their distinct ability from others. This category of the Thumbs Up Show is called Creativity Got Me. The idea is to inspire other young talents out there on doing what they do better and getting more creative and lucrative with it. My name remains Aziz Agbola, a smooth code A Silver. Thanks very much and see you again.